You I know I don't have to do this. The fact that I'm doing this isn't even for the people who think that they are getting a win. This is for any creator who is more than likely going to be needled because this is their pattern. Anybody else who is going to be told to address this, like you did Sam and Yaba, who did last night, and I love the way they did it because it was so fucking non-serious that I'm not even shocked. I'm just floored by how fucking dumb some of you are. And you know who I'm talking about because you made a whole ass, I believe it was almost 2 hour live about me? I'm that much of a threat to you? Miss Fake Appalachian Accent? And then you want to have the plausible deniability with your double speaking ass to say that it was somebody who he also knows that he's been in my block bin for a very long time getting a gotcha on me because y'all sang your little minions, including that pick me that's been blocked too. And you have other little creators who, instead of trying to at least wait to see how I would respond, put out videos in the guise of, I'm just trying to put the truth out there. Now, I know most people will know by now there's no fucking reason for me to have to lie about half of this or any of it because I don't do that. But when I say y'all using gotchas from a time that I wasn't even in fucking girl world to begin with, that's what sat with me last night. And I know that, once again, I don't have to fucking address this. I really don't. Because if there are people out there that are going to believe a fake hillbilly, a person who is literally just trying to get me to start a beef with him, and all their other little gaggle of dunces, I don't need you in my circles. Point blank. I'm going to be blunt about that because these people have done this for years now. They try to needle creators to separate them for the people they like and support. They try to needle black creators, especially. They salivate when our asses start to pick up any kind of steam so that they can jump at us and try to get at us. So when I say fake Appalachia accent woman, because you love when people make it about you, but I will never say your name directly because you know you've been in my block bin for a bit now, especially when the receipts dropped about your habit with certain fundraising. I'm going to say this right now. Any of you who have a problem with stuff that I did before I was even in fucking girl world, and that is why I'm making this video, bye. That's about as point blank as I can be. I'm going to stare into the camera and say it again. Anyone who had a problem with something that I've done before Girl World with receipts that I'm going to break down for you, because obviously they think they're the authority on this. And they'll go, well, 10, you did do a funder during your days in Girl World. Yeah, I did. And guess what? During that time, in January 2024, I had about 793 subscribers. So when I put that video up and I did that community tab post, which you notice they don't conveniently dig up all of my stuff. They just need this enough to try to craft a dumbass narrative. I did not hit Girl World strides by then. But did they put that in? When they did that gotcha? Oh no, not Mr. Loud, who just wants me to beef with him and say his name. Mr. I'm going to use a picture from 2015 that I sent to my then boyfriend, now husband, which I guess I got to be like Foodie and say my husband all the time when I do call my husband my partner. So I'll set up a timeline for some use dunces because I know you're slow. 2005, when I left Florida after leaving a very, very troublesome relationship, after having my one and only so far child, I got up to South Carolina where I lived with my relatives, and I was in a dangerous weight. I was over 500 pounds. By the time we got to the weight loss, even talking serious weight loss, It was already 3 years in. My son was a toddler. And while I got down a little bit, I was still well over 512 pounds. The fact that this dumb idiot with her doublespeak, well, I don't know if it's a lie, but this person said it so forcefully, and I believe him because right now he's a convenient ally for my lies to pick at you. Yeah, I'm gonna make fun of your accent too, bitch, because you love it when it's all about you. By 2009, my family was at me still. They wanted me to be there for my son. And all of this is literally chronicled in both the mental health vlogs I did during that time and everything else. Because, yes, I was on Twitter, not Twitter, because that's coincides. That's going to be brought up in a few. I was on YouTube with this channel, at least this channel, from 2016, I believe is when I formed this one, for my political group. My main channel, which was under my name for years, was for uploading stuff about my son and myself for my family back then. And I don't use it anymore because my son goes on it. So I've been around YouTube for a while, but I was not in Girl World. And I have to keep reminding people that I was not in Girl World. I'm going to be in Girl World officially a year next month. Honestly speaking, my first Girl World adjacent video was 11 months ago where I tried to home vlog and I realized that not only was that shit stupid, but it was boring. But let's get back to the timeline because I don't want to jump too out of things. And I really, really hate that I have to freaking notarize my fucking history on here. But apparently a little pick-me idiot decided they were going to pull shit back from years ago. This is why I said, if you want to believe their fucking crafted narratives, go on. Because this shit was so stupid when I sat in Sammy Yaba's dual stream last night as they picked apart how is this any of your business? I qualified for the surgery by doing therapy, getting a doctor in South Carolina, since y'all want to fucking try to paper trail me, since y'all think you know me, you don't, but go on. And the surgery did not happen until 2010 that year. And I posted pictures on the Facebook and on Twitter, which I know you pulled a lot of my shit from. Our Lady, a perpetual pick-me bitch. But you didn't want to follow that timeline properly. Because if you did, you would see it lines up with all the fit-bong stuff that I've talked about, all the mental health stuff that I talked about, and all of those videos are conveniently short enough for y'all's dumbass attention spans. But no, it won't fit your narrative that Kalari is just this scammer who just tries to scam people in Girl World, which I fucking didn't. Because I'm going to say it again. Even the shit that I did in January this year after getting fucking sick, which was more for the people who knew me that were both on Twitter, which is where when I do crowdfund, if I have to crowdfund, whether it's for political things in a group, or whether it's for my personal things, that is my fucking business. And that was sent out via my friends who followed my channel for years, whether it was going to blow up or not, to get it to Twitter, which I had on lockdown for 2 fucking years. By the 2015 photo that weirdo who's probably fapping and salivate into it put up there, I had lost a significant amount of weight. And I did. There was no shame in my game. I was trying when I took that above top fat girl picture. And I didn't even remember that picture, honestly. It looked fucking good. If I had ever wanted to like really fat fish somebody who didn't know my entire size, I would have done that. But that picture was taken for the man who I now wear his fucking rings. But let's say you were right and I wasn't. 500 pounds. Who the fuck would lie about that in the first place? I don't know. But you just give away y'all's kind of mentality every time you hammer home a crafted narrative that doesn't fucking fit. Because I don't delete. Obviously, that's how you got all of these non-gotchas. But let's say you had even a nugget in your double speak of, I don't know if I'm lying. You knew you were lying. That first dumbass shit that I would lie about being over 500 pounds and taking pictures of me as my weight fluctuated as a, well, this is proof that she was never truly 500 pounds. Are you that daft? I know you are. But the fact that you literally ran with the loudmouth who is still just trying to get a back and forth beef at me because his channel is fucking boring and that's all he has. You act like these convenient allies who you know you don't give a fuck about because of their melanin, whether they're an acceptable one for you conveniently right now. Your band of gaggles will do fucking long ass streams trying to deface me, who you even admitted was a smaller channel, but you didn't like that I sent the super chat months ago because you's all fucking coin watch, which that was a funny thing here you say over and over. Well, I don't coin or pocket watch, but I think it's convenient to show you guys the truth. Sound familiar? You literally used a fucking super chat that I don't even remember sending because apparently I send so many of them that you've gotta take fucking notice about a thing you did for glasses. I don't even remember the thing you did for glasses, and I was refreshed last night when Sam and Yaba, who you just keep going, addressed this. And I'm sure you're gonna ask Frenchie to address this. So that is the main reason why I'm making this. So once again, first fucking any venture in the girl world 11 months ago. And I don't know if I could have shown back then that my channel was only at 793, but the people who chronicalized me blowing up in March of this fucking year from the idiot who wants to fucking try to get a back and forth beef with me to now can tell you that I didn't advertise my channel in any of the people that I enjoyed on here because that's gross and rude. And I would have rather grown slowly than to have all these Montel, because I'll call you that, because that's what set you off in Sam and Yaba's chat after you kept bugging them to cam up, to now that my channel is now over 3K. Honestly, I don't even have the motion that these people are trying to act like I do on here. I do on Twitter. I've never hid that. So let's address the funder that you brought up from last year. Because that is 7/23/24 when I did not join Girl World until the late fall. Literally 11 months ago. I know you don't do math well, homegirl. But that funder that you thought was that gotcha from my GoFundMe for a housewarming was the result of both my best friend and several people who followed me over to Spoutable, realizing that the post that I made on Twitter 2 years ago when Greg and I finally took the plunge, got engaged, and said, we're not going to have a wedding because I want a house. I thought that was a better investment than to spend that much money on one day. And these are people who followed me through the 2019 video that you brought up, trying to help get my mom out of my then rental trailer. Because yes, I lived in a trailer in Saginaw. I bet you thought that shit was a gotcha too. It's not. It was the only place that would rent to me moving up from North Carolina, where I was for years, to the state of Michigan, where I am now. But y'all want to follow our dunce's lies. And the fact of the matter is, my mom was living with me, not the other way around. And she's not dead, you freaks. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you really think you're going to needle me about my mom when I'm literally documented saying I had to get her out of my house? because she was fucking stressing me out. I was stress eating again. You could see the weight in my fucking face. That's how bad it was getting. I was undoing all the hard work that I did for years after weight loss surgery because of the stress of that. But you just don't want to follow that timeline correctly. And the people who watched my mental health vlog and the people who followed me on Twitter, because I keep reminding you, I had a significantly different following on Twitter than I do on YouTube. And unlike some people who could have parlayed that to here, I didn't want to spam people constantly to like and subscribe because I wasn't sure how serious I was going to take streaming. And plus, I did most of my streaming on Twitch and then just re-uploaded it to YouTube. The fact that I even have to explain this is already getting me heated, so I want to stay cool, calm, and collected because it's so fucking dumb. So let's get this about I'm an alleged scammer. I didn't scam anybody in fucking girl world. Every single person who has ever helped me has been from my Twitter following. People who have run with me since my first days in 2010, opening up a Twitter account. Whether I was talking geek shit, whether I was talking my then job stuff, whether I was talking my real life. These people have always had my back when I needed them, and I'm sorry that makes some of you salty, but that is the way it is. And the $8,000 thing was funny because they wanted to be able to donate both for wedding presents and the housewarming thing. This is not something that I even think I advertised on my YouTube, but if I did, it was still when I was not in the girl world, because I did not join girl world officially until 11 fucking months ago with this moving vlog. And as you can see, I still kept most of my stuff about my bonnet chronicles, which only got little views, even when I started talking about foodie months ago. Not even a full fucking year. No views because I wasn't even that big of a fucking channel. Let's scroll up to after the fallout when that person who wanted to once again try to get me into a back and forth beef with him decided to show the fit bung here, which I guess people can't see the visible weight loss because it's a recumbent bike and it pushes up the rolls that I have left over in the fucking skin that you would have being 5'3" and formerly over 500 pounds without getting skin surgery, which I've said repeatedly that I'm not gonna do. It's fucking crazy to me how stupid this is. Let's see, because that's 2023's Christmas thing. I want to show you exactly where the trajectory changed. Of course, the Kybella stuff did very well. And it still, at that point, didn't blow my channel up. This is all people who went back to watch the Kybella stuff because I did a Bonnet Live re-upping my reaction. I did a few shorts from this, re-upping my reaction to Salah's text messages to Kybella. Let's see where our videos really started to take off. There's my health update that you conveniently used to say that I was gaming Girl World. Big game for 247 views because I wasn't fully even known in Girl World there. I was known in communities because honestly, I enjoy the Fry Gang. I enjoy the support group. I enjoy a lot of channels that I sit in, and I don't want you needling them or trying to make them distance themselves from me based on your fucking lies. Let's scroll up because I'm sure I will finally get to when my shit blew up. Or was it in the lives? Yeah, I think it was in the lives. Scroll down to the lives. Let's see. Right here. 6 months ago. Heifer reacts. My response to the heifer and her low-budget mouthpiece. This timeline will get to the point where Girl World finally knew I had a channel. Finally knew that 10 Talks because I'm just going to use my real name. I don't care. My name is Tanisa, by the way. It's on my book, which I know you bitches like to talk shit about, but I don't care because I don't see the lot of your channels. That's another lie. Before I get to this fun little flashback of 6 months ago, I have you blocked for a reason. Because I was warned when I was sitting in their groups that you would try to find something to either try to discredit my channel, to try to discredit me, and to try to make the people that I have been supportive, whether I would have even exploded in views or not, distance themselves from me. And once again, this is not directly for you, though I know your little pick-me is going to pull this fucking video, because this is all you have. You'll salivate at the fact of trying to dissect and analyze, even though none of you are smart enough to really analyze a fuck all this video. It is for the smaller creators who have been getting weird harassing comments from multiple sock accounts, because this is all you fuckers have to do all day. This is from myself, who has had to either get rid of comments now or just outright delete idiots who want justice for somebody I don't even fucking know. I do not know you, Our Lady of Perpetual Pick Me. I don't get what bug in the craw that you had for me until it was explained that you were just such a big me to people who really don't even give that much of a fuck about you either, and that you want a pat on the head from them so badly that you had to go this far. 6 months ago, after a support group super chat, because this all comes down to the super chat, how I spend my money. And I know you wanted me to put all my business out there, like my mortgage papers, because apparently you can follow the land deed, but if you did, you would know my name is not officially on this place yet. And that was done for a reason. So that we, because I don't have any credit, I just don't. I didn't want to tank the chances of us getting this place. There's a nugget for you. Run with that. Oh, she scammed you. But that fucking puts a kibosh in that I inherited this place. 2 things. There probably are document papers, because I got a closet full of them, from New York and possibly Texas, from my actual family who are fighting over those properties. And because I'm in my actual family's wills, they're dealing with that. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't have a dime in that quarter, but I came from the kind of background where shit like that is real. And this isn't a brag or flex, because once again, I don't have access to any of those funds, and those fuckers are fighting that shit into the ground, so I probably won't see a red cent of any of that. That's why I can do housewarming funders with friends for that amount. So the idea that you took a video where I told you that my in-laws, because I'm with their son, we're married now, and it was a recent thing. If you want to follow the fucking timeline, it was last year, before I was even fully in the girl world. You would know that they did buy appliances. But a housewarming is more than just appliances, you dumb dunce. I don't even understand why this had to be a thing, except they really thought this was going to be enough to divide me from communities that I don't advertise my channel in. I get really worried when they go, drop your link, Kalari, now. Because I don't want people assuming, but they're going to do it anyway, that I was using these groups that I found interesting and fun to sit in for my channel, which I still don't. I don't need to. The people who I've been able to retain since 6 months ago, when you idiots got mad at a fucking super chat enough to get the heifer mad because you thought she was going to chase me off when she had addressed me. And all you did was get me a cameo in Mr. Snowflake's thing because she got her dumb ass a time out before she got to Canada and did her PayPal stuff. And once again, I was probably one of the few creators that, because I know I crowded fund for things like getting cash into my aunt's hands in 2019, which was why I did that emergency thing, because I know you're going to go, you didn't address that one either. 2019, I did a video, which was, I believe, on Twitter. So you motherfuckers went digging and nitpicking for any little thing you thought was a gotcha. But if you did, you would have followed the tweets that showed that I needed my mom gone. I was trying to move forward with my then boyfriend. I was trying to move forward with my life. She was becoming more unstable with a lot of the stuff she was doing. And I'm not going to put all my mother's bad business out there. But those who were close to me at the time knew how bad this was. And I had to call an auntie up to please get your sister. I can't take this anymore. She is driving me nuts. I am breaking down in my fucking psychiatrist's office behind this shut. I am in a bad way. I am gaining all that weight back. And that was the first thing that my aunt freaked out about, because this is the aunt that I've talked about that keeps the picture of me when I was actually thin at 14, because she just wanted me. And she sat across the table with me with that picture again while she tried to mediate for my mother and I, because nobody wanted to deal with my mother at that point. And she told me the only way we will take her out of that house is if you pay all the expenses to get her down south again with us. And I did not readily have that available, because at that point I was taking care of all the bills, even though the gig work that I started doing with speech writing, promotions, my ties to my old job, which if you looked at my LinkedIn, you would know I've had several. I just can't believe you tried to use something that was so deeply personal to me as a gotcha and to try to hurt me. That's all I need to know about you people. But I raised enough to put that money into my auntie's hands and get my mother out of my then rental trailer, for those of you who need full transparency. In 2019, it was December 2019, when I could finally breathe a sigh of fucking relief, because I didn't have to deal with half the shit that I was dealing with anymore. Then in 2020, when the pandemic hit and I was in my home a few months alone, I was still stress-eating because I was worried about how I was going to keep up with everything, because my then boyfriend was still handling stuff with his parents and everything else. And in 2020, he moved in with us and things just started changing. We were able to start saving again. We were able to start breathing again. He put that engagement ring on my finger and we talked about it. Do we want a wedding, or do we want to just get the paperwork, start planning for a solid future together? And that's when we put that plan into motion. So if you're going to pocket watch me and lie about me exploiting girl world, and lie about my weight loss, and lie about everything on me so that you can try to distance me from the groups that I support no matter what, even if you got my channel down to one fucking subscriber, because I know you have my back, girl, and you know who I'm talking to, I would still be doing this because I have fun doing this. So to any of you who needed me to address this, because I know that their patterns are needling, I know that their patterns are telling creators that I'd like to address this video is more for you than them, but I know they're going to use it. I shouldn't have had to even describe any of this, because once again, I was not fully in girl world before any of the shit they dug up, including the GoFundMe that I literally forgot about, because after my husband, since you want me to keep saying my husband like foodies, grandfather passed. And here's another little nugget for you little fucking Google sleuthers. It's his maternal grandfather, so he doesn't even have the same last name as my husband, who has his paternal father's last name. So if they even tried to twist this out, we got it dead to right. There's inheritance papers. Yes, to his daughter, who has her husband's last name, and they sold this place to us. And we have to pay a mortgage because the house isn't really worth that much. It was a put together house. But the land is 5 fucking acres. And they could not handle all the taxes and everything else that would be needed on that. And no, I'm not asking for help, y'all, because I know they'll try to spin it for that. I know what I do. I don't have reason to lie to any of you guys about this. And the only thing I've ever pushed at you guys is my novel, is the stuff that I do project wise to see if anybody's interested. And thanks to Chantel constantly raging at me off and on, every time she does that, my ebook and physical book sales go up. I've never hid from you that I'm a writer. I've never hid from you that I had a life before Girl World. But what I'm not going to let you do is lie constantly. Because there's no fucking reason for this except you don't like who I like, and you've got this high school clique mentality, and you're a full on, they've got to be a hive mind. Yaba and them said they don't like funders. They don't. It doesn't mean they got to scrutinize everybody they know who does it. Just like I don't have to know anybody in Girl World, whether they're a creator or the people I'm talking about, personal business. I've said this several times. I don't give a fuck about Foodie's personal life. I call out the shit that she puts online. I don't want to know what she does offline, and I don't critique shit that I don't care about. So the fact that you are trying to knit at me because the people that I like and that I can dare say because they finally addressed this and saw how stupid it is, like me for some crazy ass reason, said, I don't understand what the problem was. I don't understand why this was a gotcha. Because it wasn't. Because if you truly follow the timeline, because I haven't deleted anything over the years, I don't delete any of my videos, you can see I clearly was not in Girl World for any of this shit. But that doesn't fit their narrative. So I know they're going to keep running with that, whether they use this video or not. I know they're going to keep trying to make it seem like they have to needle people. But most of the people who were in that chat said the same thing. We're not going to distance ourselves from you because this is dumb. Why is this any of their business? They make it their business because they think they're the moral arbitrators in Girl World. And most of them aren't even really in Girl World. They just hate that most people here that do find any kind of retention just want to form communities and have fun. We don't want to hit you with cash apps every 5 minutes. We don't want to talk shit about other creators. And for me, once I know a creator is wishy-washy, or I can't fuck with them, or my vibes about them say I can't deal with them, they quietly either get put in the do not recommend this channel to me, or they get put in the block bin, because I know they would keep coming up in my algorithm if I didn't do that. So there you have it. And I know, once again, I don't really have to address any of this. I shouldn't have had to, because it really was that dumb. But I'm going to make a point to you, Miss Fake Appalachian Accent, one more time. Because you don't seem to understand this point as you lie and doublespeak about how you don't coin watch, but like really fuck that narrative up by saying it was a literal super chat that I don't even remember making about you because it was so long ago. In my mind, a few months is a long time ago. That if you're mad at me, be mad. But if you're going to try to, like, shit on my name, since apparently I'm the sacred cow of Girl World, for daring to be civil to people, come correct and don't fucking use lies and twisted narratives of somebody who's been trying to get at me ever since he helped blow my channel up with his dumbass actions. He could have fucking hurt me worse by not even talking about me. But you fools are so fucked up that you thought you were going to blow me up and then turn me into another you. Arguing back and forth with creators, and I don't do that shit. I keep my target on focus, and that is why I've had so much retention. And it comes and goes like most YouTube shit. Because I'm not able to do 5 days a week, or even 7 days a week of covering Chantel or any of the other people that I talk about in Girl World's nonsense. I have things going on, whether people want to accept that or not. And I actually have friends that if I really did need to do anything, they have my back. And they're not in Girl World. And I've made several new friends because of Girl World. But they've never been asked for anything from me. So once again, y'all, because I'm sure this is going long enough. Yep, 34 minutes. That's all you bitches need. This is my official and only response that I'm giving to this. If you come into my chats bringing up Our Lady of Perpetual Pick Me, you will be blocked now. If you spam me defending Chantel, it's definitely on site block for you. If you're a creator that I thought would at least know better and at least wait for an actual response, even though I honestly, and that was the first lie that truly I wanted to get to, I did not see anything about you, Appalachia woman, at all about this. I did not know about this until that community tab post from that smaller creator that really blindsided me. I don't have to lie about that. I don't watch y'all stuff. I really don't. Even when I'm sitting in Sam's stream, half the time I am puttering around the house or doing other things. I do not know y'all directly, and I don't want to know y'all directly. Whether you can accept that, whether it's a bruise to your fragile egos, it's the truth. And I know the truth is hard for those who are truth intolerant and factose intolerant, like a lot of you are. But point blank, I did not know that this was going off. I was warned that you might try to find something to dig at me, but I did not know this. And when I checked the emails that I got, it was for a whole nother situation that's dumb too. And to answer that, there are a lot of these idiots running around on sock accounts, trying to pretend to be people close to me now. That's how level stupid these people are and how much time they have during the day to do this shit. And I know it worked for them because they've chased other creators, especially creators of color, off these YouTube streets. But I'm built for this, y'all. I am. I don't have to engage with them. I don't have to go back and forth with them. I don't have to acknowledge their existence. And that is how I'm going to treat them after this video. So there you have it. The official fucking word from Kalari C, Kalari GXC on Twitch. Since now I should probably just promote all my fucking shit. I do not grift. I crowdfund. And I've crowdfunded over the years, apparently, enough to get their radar. But I did not crowdfund when my channel blew up in Girl World. I don't have to now. Without having to put all my business out there as a proof, because I don't know any of you people. Why the fuck should I have to prove anything to any of you? Whether you are somebody who enjoys me, but I don't know if I should trust her now, or people that I don't even fuck with on here. I don't have to prove this. And I think you need to just be hit with that hard truth. That some of these people want to use this back and forth bullshit as a gotcha because they have nothing else. And I am not going to keep engaging with them. So there you have it. And that is all I'm going to say about this shit from now on. This is for the creators who want to still have me in your chats, have me around, even talk about me, because I know now their patterns are going to be sending their little minions to try to harass you. You feel free to use this video any way you want, because I do not give a fuck at this point. This was so fucking dumb. But thank you to anybody who listens to this. I'm going to go get ready for the day. It's like, 8:30. I got to get the barn cats taken care of. And I don't want to miss the support group this morning because it's going to be fun. But I will talk to you all soon. Thank you for watching.